Live. All right. Hey, how's everybody doing? It's Big E. Big E's Auto Live. Kind of different. It's hectic. Trying to put tools away because my workbench looks like a tornado hit it. And for me to do any more projects, I need room on that workbench to set tools down. And so no better time than the present, right? So that's kind of what I'm in the middle right now is putting tools away where they belong, so that way when I do new projects, I can find the tools that I have. Yeah, yeah, Justin, I should listen. That's a joke with Justin, Jeff, and I. I had the privilege, pleasure, whatever adjective you want to use, helping those guys this weekend at the Homestead Festival in Kutztown, PA. I know I mentioned that one of my other lives. So we got to hang out with them, good times. We did tear down yesterday. That was a blast. Nobody was killed, so that was a good thing. Yeah. Oh no, we're in. Jeff has a weight advantage on me, so I am not mud wrestling Jeff. No. First of all, he is rounder than me, so therefore, when he gets covered in mud, he's slipperier than I would be, and that would be an unfair advantage. So I'd have to forfeit. So anyway, so I'm still cleaning up here. I did, however, have an extra 15 minutes. I did remember this piece, the exhaust turn down from the Camaro. I was able to grind it off with the welds. I'm in Be funny. I'm inviting friends over. At least you have friends. So anyway, what I did was this is all crooked. So I don't know. I ground the inside, but then I also took a hand file and I made it straight. It was cut all crooked and jagged. So it took me an extra 5-10 minutes to hand file this straight. I don't know if it's going to matter, but at least it's all ground off. It's straight. I have to do the same thing to the muffler, the header muffler, and then hopefully the welds will. I'll get better heat transfer, less slag the cleaner it is. So I'll get better heat transfer with the weld, and hopefully it holds this time. I know what I did wrong. What happened is I tack welded this onto the muffler before, and I got interrupted. Something happened. Who knows what? The wife, the kids, thunderstorms. I don't know. I never got back to fully glue it on with the welder. So, I only had 3 tack welds. So between heat, cycles, vibration, yada, 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 they let loose. So, yes, something else can blame me for that went wrong on the Camaro. Maybe one of these years I'll get it right, but probably not. So we're getting closer and closer to having the Camaro ready for track. Um, I will be having a friend of mine possibly stop over this week. He used to work for Pat Musey Race Engines before he came to my place of employment. So he's been around building race cars, yada, yada, yada. So he's told me today when he has a free night, he is going to stop over after work and he's going to take a look at the brake situation. We may bleed him one more time. We're kind of hoping one more time will do the trick. The brake pedal has come up a ton since the last time I drove it. So I'm very optimistic that we will be getting closer to holding the 4,000 RPM launch that I would like to. And if we're able to do that, and if if the slicks could hold it, that might be the weakest link right now is the Hoosier slicks simply because of their age. But we have gone over the suspension. You saw the video. Anne Marie I'm sorry. I forgot my glasses. Thanks for checking in. Uh, I I'm unprepared again. Oh, okay, cool. Is that Jess? I'm sorry, it faded out. Now my son left. He was just there. He could have grabbed my glasses. Um, Now I'm all confused because I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, geez. Now I'm getting trash talk. Blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I've been building this car. Cars. Yeah, right. You know what? My Camaro would have probably been done, and it's my fault. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for checking in. Is it Julie Rhodes? I'm so I have a reflection from my horrible lighting, so I'm getting all proud. Yeah, I'm actually having people because it's your fault, Justin, that people are watching me now. Now I don't know how to act without at least a 2 beer minimum. So we were. I'm gonna try and make a long story short. Crashed, not really crashed the car, but in 2003. Are there any boogers up there? Is it clean? I know I gotta take a nose hair out. In fact, let me see. Can I do it? Oh no, I'm whatever. Um, '03. No, it was '04 because I was going through my first divorce. We're over at Island Dragway. We were running a bunch of weekend races in a row. I think it was like six. And yeah, I had one that my wife bought years ago for me for Christmas. It got misplaced with my left-handed wing nut wrench. So I found my left-handed wing nut wrench because now I cleaned my bench off, and then there was the tripod. So I'm like, hey, I'll use this. I was totally unprepared for this live, as you can tell, because I don't have my glasses. I dug out this dusty tripod. I just was going to come out here and clean up this exhaust piece. I was like, yeah, let's do a live. Okay, because Justin said so. So, so anyway, back to the story. '04. It was the week before they had their anniversary race, and that was no, it's not left-handed. It's like a metric adjustable wrench. There is no such thing. I make up this stuff as I go. Anyway, uh, uh, I gotta touch. So, um, gosh, focus, mouse, focus. So, needless to say, we tossed the drive shaft at Island Dragway the week before the anniversary race, which was the goal. It was the 50th anniversary race of Island Dragway, and there's a whole bunch of big names going to be there. The guy I was helping crew with, he was bringing his dragster. He was going to match race another guy with a '68 Camaro that was also running low 7-second elapsed times, and then I was going to bring. Yeah, it's much more harder to focus with more people because I got to try and I got all these conversations in my head. It's like squirrel. So anyway, that was the plan. We were gonna match race. It's just, listen. Anyway, so they were gonna match race. I was gonna race. I think at that time I was running Street Eliminator at that time. So we were running DOT cheater slicks with full mufflers, yada yada yada. So, like I said, the week before that race I was going through the traps at about 104 mile an hour when the drive shaft let loose underneath the car, which ripped the drive shaft. I had a safety loop on, but it ripped it out of the floor pan and almost took my right foot with it. We flattened the torque bar, and I mean, we did a lot of damage to the car. Tore it up pretty bad. Luckily I had my trailer, so they towed it back. We had some people who were kind enough to push my heap of shit into the trailer so I could get it home. Yada yada yada. A couple days later, a couple friends come over, inspect the car. We saw how bad it was. So I was fortunate enough, and I think this is where I kind of was swear words. So this fucking car, this fucking ding piece of shit was a fucking basket kid. Anyway, the car was terrible. So I was lucky enough that somebody introduced me to Tom Goldman, which he does a lot of stock, super stock builds. He runs super gas himself. So we basically made my car in that era. It was D stock automatic legal for NHRA stock eliminator racing. Hey Ashley, how you doing? Thanks for checking in. Uh, hey, you challenged me that I should go for it, and I did. So, hey Ashley, how's everybody going? Glad everybody's joining in to make me nervous and uncomfortable. This is great. I guess I'm learning as I go. So anyway, now you got me talking like an Italian. So, we built. So, make a long story short, another old time drag racer was kind enough to kind of take me under his wing, if you will, and teach me or try to teach me. Oh, great. Trial by fire. I should have worn my fire suit. So he was kind enough to take me under his wing, teach me some things, give me contacts that he used to build. Um, uh, there was 5 other fourth gen F bodies that he had done, and those all had won NHRA Best Engineered awards at national events. So I knew I was dealing with real good brass, real good people at that point. So we built. So it took about surprisingly only 4 months to build the car. To rebuild the car to make it that it was ready for the drag strip. So basically, when we were done with this car, at that time we were still running the original transmission, which was the 4L60E transmission that was in the car. We still had the stock 350 cubic inch. I got to deal with trolls too, right? Do you know how to tighten the lug nut? No, I don't. No, I have a guy for that. I should have had that guy with my trailer last fall. But anyway, so basically, we only had everything from the go-kart track. Yes, I know. The challenge has been laid out, so I'm gonna have to. I'm trying to practice with my truck. I almost took out a fence this morning. Oh no, that's not good. That's not good, Jeff. We're gonna have to get you lock nuts or lock washers or something or Loctite for that. So, oh, so then, so at this point, we were still running stock transmission. We were going with a steel drive shaft. Uh, I was running an aluminum drive shaft when it let loose, so we went back to the steel drive shaft. I did. I do have I had a custom built U.S. Strange 12-bolt rear. No, I do not have Jeff's phone number. Maybe Justin or somebody can text me that. So just no dick pics, okay? I would prefer he didn't send me that because I get scared easy and I'd probably be intimidated. So, so for laser tag in the barn. It depends when laser tag is happening, okay? Let me know. I have to get permission from my boss that I'm allowed out of the house, and I probably have to be heavily medicated to be in public. So just let me know so I have time to get that all worked in. So, oh no, it's Jesus Christmas. It's a sleepover. Text me the details. Yeah, why not? I mean, heck. Oh no. Hope nobody has bacon, okay? He lost his phone. No, he probably, you know what? that big bad Godzilla truck that he has that was so manly that it got stuck in the wet grass, he probably threw it under his tire and used that to get out. So that's probably where his phone is probably over to Kutztown Fairgrounds. So, at this point, the story's lost anyway. Um, so we end up getting the car together in like 4 months. And then we went out for test and tune. Yeah, everybody's got jokes, especially when IPA is flowing. Uh, yeah, what story at this point? I'm like all over the joint. Anyway, test and tune. First time out with a car. We got the suspension dialed in. So apparently, I don't know if anybody watched the video I posted this weekend on track bar adjustment on the Camaro. So again, I have to. You gotta listen to Jeff. Listen. So apparently, again, my mistake. When unfortunately, my friend who built the panhard rod that's in the car committed suicide 2 years ago. So I guess that was kind of also was made the video uh, was kind of weird because it's been how long since I touched the bar. Yeah. So we had to unbolt the one side of the track bar, and I call him Butchie. So he used 1.5 inch of radius rod, and then we put Hyman ends on, and then we made aluminum spacers, so it sits in the stock housing tight the way it should be. So um, he engineered. I mean, that's his thing. He could make whatever. So he put this thing in the car. I remember the first weekend, the first hit of the tires we made at Maple Grove with it and with this bar, and what a difference. He also one of our last projects together was painting the Camaro. He painted the red. The stripes I added quite a few years later, but he painted the red. So when I got the news, I think that was another reason why the car sat probably for another year in the trailer, because I just couldn't go out in the trailer. That was the last big project him and I did while he was still alive. So um, anyway, getting back to the track bar, I never uh, um, I never tightened. He put nuts on the hymen ends, and then you're supposed to run those nuts um, against the radius rod, and that'll lock the adjustment. So I never did that, and over the years that bar turned. So now what I was able to do was I shortened um, both hymen ends in as far as they would go, and I locked everything down, bolted it up. I had to use a pry bar. I'm trying to, and then trying to like stay focused. But this is a test, okay? So now, before I did the adjustment, I had 1.5 inch. The tire sat in on the passenger side. The driver's side was it jutted out a little bit. Now, since making that video, I have a 3/4 inch gap on both sides. So technically, that car, the car, all you need to know, and is that now with the track bar adjustment, um, the car is sitting completely centered over the rear. So that way, when I launch the car, I mean, it would go straight before, but now it should be even better because now I have the right weight distribution, and now I can do correct preload on the rear for their high. I used to have one right here. I could show a smaller one, a Hyman. Let me hang on. Let me see. Let me see if it's over here. Help you guys understand what I'm talking about. I probably don't have it. Yeah, of course it's not here. I'm not going to continue and waste your time in my unorganized toolbox. I know I have two smaller ones, but basically, what you have, uh, if you don't if you don't use proper lubrication on your hymen, it could jam up and then bind up, and then you have all kinds of problems. So, uh,
I brought a flashlight.
you need the flashlight right here.
They're the ones that have batteries.
Oh, okay. Here you go. Jay is on here harassing me.
Oh.
They're asking me what a hymen is, and he only knows of one, and I don't have the other one accessible in my toolbox to show what a hymen end is. So I'm trying to explain. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Listen.
Yes, Jeff's on here too. Yeah, they're all giving me a hard time. They're beating me up. Let me see if I can explain it that everybody kind of understands. This is probably going to be horrible, but here it goes. So if you take a regular spoon that you eat with, okay, it's kind of like that shape, roughly, maybe a little smaller. And then you have like a ferrule that you use for, like, if you hook up a gauge up, it's a piece of round metal, but it can rotate on all axes. Like, you could almost go a complete 180. That would be inside your spoon. So your rod would connect to where the handle of the spoon would be. So what it is, it's a housing for that round ferrule. So that way it could have a complete articulation, if you will. So if you put a spray lubricant, anti-seize, or whatever on that, for lack of a better term, we'll call it a ferrule in the hymen, you can have articulation of your suspension, but at the same time, it can also keep stuff centered, and it adds another dimension of adjustability to adjust your suspension to changing conditions. In my situation, I went from the stock 8-bolt rear or 10-bolt rear to a 12-bolt rear. So yeah, so basically the only thing that the hymen end really does, it adds articulation and adjustability to the suspension, so that way you can adjust for different conditions. Dang it, I wish I had one here. Yeah, make sure you keep your hymen lubed. That could be a problem. There's a lot of that stuff gets used on, like, sprint cars, a lot of roundy round and dirt, like dirt car. Dirt does a lot. I know when I was helping my buddy in high school, we were running late models up at Mahoning, and he had a whole freaking rack of radius rod and hymen ends, different sizes, just because with building rears and trailing arms and stuff like that, because you bang up every weekend, so you end up replacing a lot of that stuff. So he had the ability that he could keep that stuff on hand, and if you bang stuff up during the week, you rip that all apart, and then you build a new one, and then you put it on the car, and then you recheck your pinion angles, and just you double check with a floor jack and jack stands that there's no suspension bind, especially for roundy round, because you have a lot more suspension rebound and other things going on, banging around up and down and bouncing around and jiggly things. So anyway, so basically that was the same thing that we were incorporating into the drag car. Was the panhard rod that we built was basically like an experiment to see can some of this stuff keep your ears pretty.
Yes or no?
Huh?
Eat this?
No, I'm good. You can take that in. I should have had my glasses. I forgot I had no idea I was doing a live. I was just going to clean this up so I could weld it on. And now I got to squint like I'm 80 years old. I can't see the print. So, yeah. But I'm winging it.
That's good.
I'm winging it.
You sure they keeping them awake? Or...
He just already told me to go to bed.
Oh.
So, he's like, you need to go to bed. I said, no, I got to get this pipe ready. So I was just coming out here to clean the pipe off, get it ready to be welded. And then I was like, I had a brain fart and I was like, I'll do a live. I figured, it'd be like maybe 5-10 minute live. There'll probably be nobody up this late. And then I get as Justin called it, trial by fire, because they're all there. The whole gang now is roasting me.
Oh, I thought, yeah. They would be in bed.
No, dude, they like the party.
Oh,
apparently they like the party. We should have went over last night, help them unload. Who knows what could have happened?
I know.
I could have unloaded chairs. Oh, Jeff lost his phone, so I told Justin they should check at the fairgrounds. He probably used it for his truck when it got stuck in the wet grass. He wedged it in the tire, probably. Oh, they're all saying hi to the wife.
Oh, hi.
She can't get in here because I have all kinds of junk everywhere.
It's like a maze.
Well, it's like hopscotch with like bodily injury. So, but no, you can take the flashlight with you. I'm done here. This is all ready. Next piece, I'd have to unload the car and grind the muffler, but I'm not going to do that till maybe later in the week.
I was looking at the weather if the rain was really coming at beach day, but you'll be worn out.
What?
Figure out what day's good for the beach. But...
Yeah, I'll have to see how that works, but yeah. Is it raining tomorrow or no? Did they say?
I don't know. I guess it depends on what phone you look at. Because it's like
we'll have to check before. Holly says hi.
Oh, hi, Holly.
We need a wife. Oh, wife name. Jeff and Jay lost their phones. What the heck are you guys doing with these phones?
How did they lose? What was that? Just the one phone he was recording with?
I don't know. I know the one the battery is going dead. Oh, just Justin lost his phone. This guy loses phones like I lose thoughts. Tell her to climb the boxes. All right, let me move this. I guess you have to pop it. Hang on, let me move this so you don't get hurt. Move this toolbox. I don't know if you're ready for this. Can you fit through there? Of course you can. Just don't scratch my door panels. With what?
This wash.
Why don't you turn the light on? This car talk is... Well, it's a car channel. What am I supposed to talk about? Time to look up her nose, too. They were checking for boogers. I'm telling you, this bunch is dangerous.
Yeah.
We want to know her name. It's Sharon. Sharon. Hi, Sharon. I guess it's official now.
Oh.
Yeah, now we're...
We need to have our own...
Oh, my God, look at your garage. Yeah, it's terrible.
Keep telling him he's got to clean it out, but...
What? How am I going to clean... Where am I going to go with this stuff? I need a shop. Or a barn. Justin, hook me up. Like, can we, do a barn raising, or do I have to grow a full beard and a hat for that?
I have to talk to Jeff. That's right. There isn't a barn over
Yeah,
there.
well, Jeff, yes. Lake Road. We could have a barn, and we can call it the horsepower. No.
Cinco's.
We could call it, we got to think of a cool one. I was thinking horsepower barn, but I don't do horses. Something with goats. What can goats and cars? How can we put that together? I guess, or just call it. There's a pig barn. Yeah, that's kind of small though. It needs to be, pretty big. I have a lot of tools between my body shop tools and goat carts. Oh God. Oh my gosh. You need a farm. Hey, can you hook me up? No, in all seriousness, Funny someone mentions that we need a farm. We were thinking if we could just find somebody. I mean, I don't even care whatever land. I just want a house. I want my pole building, barn, whatever, and whatever. I just need an acre to be happy, and a barn, and a house. That's it. Last thing I need is a farm. Why? Sharon wants goats. Do you really want to break her heart that she can't ever have goats ever? I mean, coming to goat snuggling is like foreplay. She really wants a goat. Well, it kind of is. I'm trying to appease to Justin here. Oh, brother. That's why I have a wife to control my thoughts. I think I opened a can of worms here. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I manage. I know. Well. Tried. It could be for sale. Yeah, hey, let me know what you want for it. I know Jeff's doing stuff over there, and maybe work something out where Jeff can do his deal, and I'll just live it. I'll just live in the house and just
Your
I won't.
boss.
Well, I
Your
don't know about
landlord.
him being a boss. We could coexist. Yeah, well, maybe this is something that we should seriously.
Don't forget Lester. Move.
Well, I don't know if
Yeah,
I'm
we
going
were
down to
thinking,
Texas.
yeah.
Well, I
think
don't know. If Mac folds up, yeah, Texas could be in our future. If Mac decides to go south. But that could be a possibility. Have Jeff do his thing if he's not using the house. I don't know. Whatever you guys think. It was just a thought. Because we've been looking for 3 years, can't find a house. So, so we were just thinking. Yeah, I'm trying to keep a hold of 8 conversations and my sanity at the same time. Yeah, I think all of us together, that would be kind of. Right now, we're renting right now. So that's kind of why we're kind of frustrated because it's one of those. The original intent was for us to only be here for like a year. And now it's 10 years later and I'm older. And yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. But yeah, I mean, yeah, renting sucks. I agree because you can't make anything your own. You can't do anything. Um,
Yeah, the Kutztown house was yours, and you can.
well, yeah, when I lived in Kutztown, I bought that before we met, and the it was nice. I mean, it was only a quarter acre, and it was right on 222, but it had a uh, there's no pole barn on Lake. I know. That would be something if you guys want to have a conversation in person. Um, if depending what Jeff's plan is for that, if there would be any land left that we could use to put that possibly put a pole barn up or just a regular barn or whatever. I mean,
I have to ask the
it's
neighbors. They sound like they're pretty.
well,
Yeah,
that's why I know hitmen. Let's
probably,
just take care of them. They
probably.
disappear, and you just need a bag of lime and pigs. That's all you need, and you take care of the problem. Um, no, like I said, all this would have to be okayed by Jeff because I know he's
That was
doing
in
work
the
over
living
there.
room.
So that's empty. I
That
just
was
put that there so it wouldn't get ruined.
as originally in the living room.
Well, it ended up out here. I'm trying to protect it from all the grinding and welding and stuff that goes on here. So I'm trying to keep it nice. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you do this? Talk amongst yourselves. I mean, what I don't know what thoughts you have on Lake Road. Um, I don't want to barge in or intrude or anything. Like I said, I know Jeff is doing work over there. You guys already have that plan, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but that takes precedent over anything else. Uh, so um, I'm just open to it to be part of it. If you're not doing anything with it, I don't know. But so anyway, so
All right, let me go see it.
yeah, I gotta go see what the kitties are doing. So, but yeah, we're going to. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm getting tired. So
All right, I'm gonna go put.
yeah, she has to go check on the kids, make sure they didn't light the house on fire or something like that. Oh my God. Okay, well if that's all it takes, I guess I gotta buy a Speedo and mud wrestle Jeff now. Yeah, love ya. But I'm glad that they were a good help. I sometimes get worried when they're there if they're truly helping and being, actually helping you guys, not making you work harder. So to hear that they were actually being good and helping, that's good. And I try to encourage them to do that.
What's happening, Dad?
Uh, I'm doing a live, and the whole Steinmetz farm is on here giving me a hard
I
time.
came to say hello.
Oh, watch with your feet. You should.
Oh, don't worry.
There's
my feet
metal
are-
shavings on the floor. You should have shoes on, Sadie.
Don't
All right,
worry
well then,
about me.
well, I
I'm
need
great.
to. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Yay, Sadie's here. Yay. What happened to Levi? Did he get
He
scared?
was coming, but he was worried about that spider.
What spider?
Oh, there was one on the porch.
All right, they all said hi. Sadie, everybody said hi. Sadie already left because I guess she's gonna head up to bed. Where's Levi? Is he running? Why is he running? Oh my goodness. Yeah, she left. I'm sorry. I'll tell everybody. Well, that's good. I'm glad that they were able to help out. And I think that's kind of Sadie's niche right now. And I hope it stays that way. Yes. Oh, there he is. You want to come say hi to everybody? The gang's on here from Steinmetz. You want to say hi quick?
Hi, guys.
Okay, get in the camera so they can see. Oh, wait.
Hi.
There he is. Let me see. Can I lower this without it crashing?
Oh, did they actually talk? They probably don't.
Yeah, you can see here.
No, they don't talk like us.
No, they don't talk. They have the comments. You got to read. That's what's hard.
Oh, yeah, there's Steinmetz is on.
You need to
The
meet the family
thumbs
life. Yeah, I'm. What's funny is
Hi.
Sharon and I talked about it, so
We
I
need
might
to
have
meet
to soon
the
make that
family
happen.
Steinmetz. Hi, Levi. Hi.
Uh,
Oh, that is cool. It's fun. to
Yeah,
read.
actually, there's
Yeah.
people watching.
yeah,
Hi, Levi and Sadie.
there it is. See?
2 exclamation points. I mean, you're yelling it.
No, it's if it's capitals, it means they're yelling. If they just mean exclamation, it means there's feeling behind
Look
it.
at that. You have a bunch of
Oh.
people watching, too. That's really
Yeah, I
cool.
know.
wow,
I'm
there's a lot of
19. I'm getting scared.
Hi,
I'm getting
everyone.
stage fright.
Everyone's. You're not actually on stage. Just people.
I know, but
And look at all the
everybody's
likes.
checking.
You got
Sadie.
18.
Hi, Levi.
Yeah.
Hi, Levi. Yeah.
Nobody's
Nobody's
yelling.
yelling.
And then you're using capitals.
Probably just nobody's yelling.
Who does it? Steinmetz. It says.
I guess they're having a watch party to see if they can get me to mess
Oh.
up.
Here's the
And they've been
thing.
very good at messing me up. I'm
Steinmetz.
doing.
Steinmetz.
Have they been doing the
Let's
lesson? Have
Huh?
they been doing the lesson thing again, like yesterday?
No, they had me doing it.
Here's the card we could do with blue.
Yeah, I got to get other wheels
Oh,
for that
remember
one.
the sound you made?
Oh yeah, is that what's her name with the
It-
sound thing?
Yeah.
I think
I
I
think
remember
that
the
was
sound.
So listen.
I do remember the
Oh
sound.
my.
What?
said it again.
Listen!
Oh my God, that was so in my head today at work. Jeff totally ruined my day at work because that's
ruined your
all I
life.
heard. That's all I heard all day was in the back of my head was listen.
Listen. Wait, wasn't it in dreams?
No, I slept very good last night.
Oh,
Whatever beer that was, I am not
Focus.
drinking that again. That kicked my ass.
You said focus.
I know.
Focus, mouse.
I know. I said that too. Focus mouse. So
Yeah, they're all
everybody
telling you
says
to focus.
Focus.
Apparently, I gotta up my beer
What's this a
game.
focus? Listen.
It's everybody
Listen.
just yeah. So
Cool.
all right, guys. So if you want to head up to bed, I'm gonna wrap it
Okay.
up here because
Bye. Bye, everybody.
I think I'm done with this. So it was very good beer. I have to
Hi.
say it was good, but let me. It did kick my ass. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a lightweight. I drink Miller Lite, and whatever that was
Pepsi,
yesterday, I had a hell of a
bye.
headache. I had it this morning. I'm okay now, but whoo. So, all right, guys, be careful.
All right, bye, everybody.
I'm gonna
We might watch
wrap
some
up
Pixies.
I still don't know why.
What's
I'm
that?
bare feet.
We might be
Oh, you're watching
Pixies.
Fixies. Okay,
I don't know why I'm bare feet still.
It's okay. I've been doing so well today. I'm
but
doing
you're
great.
pushing your luck not wearing shoes out here, though. I wish you would wear shoes. Safety.
Maybe we should order
Okay.
like the Honda.
All right.
We should order like the
Well,
Honda.
I didn't. Oh my gosh, I had
No,
like
mean,
3
to tell you on
cups.
how to. Like,
I was
do it.
talking on here.
Yeah.
I mean, great. You're gonna give me probably a thought.
Okay.
Welcome to the Knuckleheads. Hey, that's fine. All right, guys. I'm gonna wrap up here. Like you said, I got done.
Pepsi.
I did.
Was that a new
I got this done. That was my
Yay!
goal today.
Yeah,
So
that was dragging on the road.
yeah, that's when it fell off.
Yeah,
I filed it all down. I made it square and straight now, so it should be ready to weld.
Do this yet.
So
It's the seal.
I know, Levi. I've got other things other than that I have to. So I have
Why
to
does
get
the
that.
straight look so weird?
I don't know. So all right.
Okay, bye.
So all right.
I'm gonna go play card.
The what?
Oh wait.
What?
Actually, you can do it in the morning.
What?
Glue the one card.
We have to paint that. So it looks realistic. It can't look like a popsicle stick. It's not gonna look realistic.
yeah.
I'll use this chrome glitter paint I have, and I'll just dust it with that.
Look realistic.
Right.
Because then if we bring it to like a show and stuff.
Well, even just so, you want it to look right. You want it to look aesthetically correct, right? So I have that.
We should do more stuff like karma.
The glitter chrome that their paint I have.
You should ask them, see what they think we should do the next karma.
We'll see. Okay, I'm just trying to.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be in a little bit. Okay, bud.
Why are you on the porch? Scared.
What?
You remember the sound? You could have said it's probably.
Oh, I thought that was someone else talking at me.
Oh no, that's mom talking. Who else would be out there? We don't have any friends.
I don't think we
Around
have
here?
friends.
The only friends I have are 4-legged.
And that's on there. Standing right
Yeah,
there.
well, other than them, but I don't think. Yeah, they're the only friends I have. So there you go.
What about Mocha Jabal and Blaine?
Well, Mocha, I don't know what his deal is.
I don't know what he's been doing.
I don't either. I think he's just
Going out with women all his days.
what? I am still alive. To a farm, mud wrestling. Yes. Although I am kicking around the idea with the whole mud wrestling in a Speedo, we are doing. There's two guys at work that want to buy me a Bob Ross wig, so I can wear that and a yellow Speedo while I paint cars. So it'll be Bob Ross painting in a Speedo, maybe coming to Biggie's Auto in the near future.
Yeah, I remember. It was,
Brick and rock. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know how to work with brick and rock. That's
you could have
my fault. I do some carpentry work before I started at Max, so I have limited. I have limited.
Okay.
skills because I haven't done carpentry work in God, I don't know how long. So I'm real rusty with carpentry work, although I went through an apprenticeship for that. Yeah. So I did that before I started Mack Trucks. And now I've been at Mack Trucks for 11 years. So my skills I had as far as with carpentry and that stuff are rusty. But honestly, I have no clue about I have no clue about doing rock or brick, anything like that. Um, I wish I did know more, and I'd be willing to learn more. I'm always wanting to learn stuff. The uh, the painting that I do um, is not. I wasn't taught that. I learned it. I basically. That's another story, which I'm going to have to save for another live for you guys. How I got into car painting. Long story short, I basically painted the roof of my Corvette 8 times until I got it right. I kept screwing it up. I watched videos, I read books, talked with other people who painted. That's how I learned. By talking to people, researching, screwing it up, redoing it, and learning from my mistakes. That's how I learned to paint. And so, thank you. I appreciate it, Ashley, for subscribing. I want to, yeah, with a roller. But no, seriously, I learned like what spray guns work better than others. So I basically saved up money and got the guns that work best. Harbor Freight guns have a 1.4 tip, and they're central pneumatic, and there's nothing if you're doing a weekend project. There's nothing wrong with those guns. They just don't last long because you have to break them down and clean them after every. Yes, I am. You notice that too? I'm just acting like you're my wife. But anyway. So they don't last long. You can adjust them that you can spray a decent paint job, but you're not going to get the depth of what you really want. So there was a channel I subscribe to. If you're into car painting, check out the Paint Society. There's a guy on there who paints high-end Lexuses, Lamborghinis, and stuff like that. So he more or less, he paints, last time I checked, he painted with a 1.3 tip paint gun running at a 28 PSI of air pressure from the compressor. Now I think he went down to a 1.2. Now I wouldn't... I just got used to painting with the 1.3, so I'm not ready to do that to go to the 1.2. So I'm gonna see maybe in the future, but for right now, basically how I do it is I just bought a primer gun with a 1.7 tip. So primer, use a bigger tip so you get more flow, more material, and higher build. So that way, all your body work and your sanding marks get covered a lot easier. You use a 1.7 tip to get more build on your surface, but you don't want to have where you get sag or runs in your primer. But although it's okay, you can sand that out.
Yeah, because
if I paint with a spray bomb, you're killing my vibe here, bro.
Is that like realistic?
I will paint that.
Okay.
He's texting Buzz all the time just to mess me up.
Justin, come on, man.
And no, he's trying to get me to stop talking. That's what it is. It must be bedtime.
Buzz.
Anyway, real quick, 1.7. Here's the deal: 1.7 for primer. I use 2K primer, which is a high build primer. So then what I do is I'll use 2 coats of primer, and then what I'll do is I will wet sand with, depending what I'm doing. If it's like the Corvette or something or if it's like a flat area that catches a lot of light. So I'll wet sand with 600. You can even wet sand with 600. So wet sand with 600, and then I'll wipe the car. You don't have to use a prep sol for it. Yeah, it will ring, okay? Knock it off.
What?
So what I do is I use another trick is use window cleaner, like Glass Plus, Windex, whatever. You can use that and a paper towel to prep your primer for paint. So that's what I do. I'll spray it down with Windex, wipe it down with a paper towel, and then I'll take a air nozzle, just blow out all the crevices, cracks, and other things. So a test, really? My God, these guys, that's it. I'm switching to private. And then that way, and then when that dries, your primer is ready for paint. So then what I'll do is so then what I'll do is once that's dry, then I'll go ahead and I'll switch to my my 1.3 gun. It's an Iwata. It's a Chinese gun supposedly, but that has the 1.3 tip. You're getting as distracting as they are. You know what, Justin? That's it. I'm gonna kick you out of here.
You should have just answered.
Yeah, great. I could have had a talk with him on my live. Yeah, great. So anyway, well, I'm trying to paint a car here.
Wait, ask them if they want them to, if you want to, if they should.
What? What?
They want you to talk to Justin while you're on a live. Ask them.
Whose side are you on here?
I don't know, my own side.
You're killing me here.
I commented like 2 times.
I saw that. Okay, I'm trying to. Oh my gosh, I got hecklers now. Great. The Steinmetz.
I did it again.
Oh my gosh.
Wait.
Yes. My
I
family
got
and the
it.
Steinmetz family farm.
Wow.
Turn on Big E. How is this fair?
I got it. I got it.
Listen.
Listen to figure out.
What are you doing?
I'm on the line.
Oh my
Text
gosh.
if you think he should call Justin.
No, get out of here. Man. So fine. I'm not gonna finish the paint job. You guys figure it out.
Why are they laughing?
Because
Sharon.
the hijinks is getting crazy. Oh my gosh. It's way too late in the day for this.
You remember Jeff's river dance you said?
He didn't do that.
Yes, he did.
He said it was
one
too
time.
hot. He said it was too hot.
For me.
Uh,
Focus.
Anyway,
Everyone-
listen. So anyway,
everyone is
1.3. So you use that for your base. I usually put if I'm spraying regular non-metallics, I usually do 2 to 3 coats of base.
But they don't go
Metallics, I'll do 2 to 3. But on metallics, what you want to do is do what's called a drop coat. So a drop coat is when you pull your gun about 3 foot away from the panel and you kind of dust it. You go back and forth with your spray gun.
Okay.
So what the idea of a drop coat is to get a what's a drop coat? All the theory behind it is by dusting it, you get all the metal flakes that are in the metallic pieces that are in the paint to lay the same way. So that way you don't get shading difference. So that's what a drop coat does. Then what I'll do, see what the paint after the paint sets up. I mean, you need probably 10 to 12 minutes between each coat of paint, a base coat. So are you better now? Good Lord, Levi. No, it's a complete. Yeah, well, that's what clear coat is a top coat. Yeah, kind of like nail polish,
Well,
right? Because
why are you telling them about this?
I'm just saying I'm on a roll. Just go with me.
You're
here.
telling them about what you do on your channel?
What?
You're telling them what you do.
Well, yeah, because I want them to paint their own cars. I don't want them to drive out here and bug me. I got to paint my own shit.
Well, they should bug you.
Oh
You
my
got
God.
plenty of time.
No, you're just supposed to listen.
I'm supposed to.
You don't have to learn it. Just listen.
Something here.
But anyway, so depending how, I mean,
50-50
and there's a lot of
situation
things.
If you have to learn something, maybe. Sorry.
So anyway, when you spray your base coat, I like to look at the base coat. How smooth is it? Is there any imperfections? Did dirt get in there? Blah, blah, blah. What you can do once it dries usually takes, and I usually like to wait about 20 minutes after base coat. And then what I'll do, I'll wet sand with like 1,000, maybe 1,500 grit sandpaper. Then that'll get it nice and smooth and take the imperfections out. And make sure you get it dry. And then what I will do once it's dry, then I'll apply my clear coat. Again, that's a separate gun. It's a 1.3 tip, the same, but I don't like to mix base color with clear because you tint the clear and it can make it cloudy. So I have a separate gun. So I have 3 total guns to do a paint job.
It's a full moon.
So, yeah, it's a full moon. My first coat of clear, it'll be very blotchy. When you mix clear, the first thing you know is you'll notice. I mean, is it's sticky. It's almost like a glue. So the problem is if you put it on too thick, it can also sag, and you can get a run. And that's
I don't mean to interrupt, but every time I look down and at the moon, it looked like it blinked red.
okay. Maybe it's just something going by. Okay.
So you sure they're not messing with the moon?
They're not messing with the moon, Levi.
They mess with the clouds. They couldn't mess with the sun.
They're not going to mess with the moon.
Okay.
It's perfectly fine.
Keep going.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So,
You
anyway.
Prime it before you clear coat, I think. Right?
Yes.
Clear coat,
Anything you do with heat, I think from 70,
Oh, scary.
60, I'm sorry, 68 degrees to 78 degrees, you can use a medium reducer on clear.
How many views?
Any higher than that, you have to go to what they call a slow reducer. So that gives it time to cure.
This is fun.
Enough time for it for the chemical reaction to happen. So yes, you do use a catalyst. I use PPG, so it's a 2-part. So for base, you're gonna mix base and you're gonna mix reducer. Their reducer on base, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Clear, you're going to use what's called an activator, and that's mixed in a 4 parts clear to 1 part activator. So that's how you mix that. So that's the difference there.
Yeah.
Again, spraying clear, what you're going to want to do is PPG, you don't have to use thinner. I know there's other ones. There's a mosquito there. I know other ones. You do have to use thinner. PPG does not. You just do base. If you're spraying color, you do your base and you do the reducer. Sorry, reducer.
Okay.
I do use thinner to clean the gun once I'm done.
Cool.
I tear the gun all the way down and I soak it in thinner for overnight and then I clean everything up. Yeah, runs are bad. You don't want those. Like I was saying with the clear, what I do, everybody sprays different. There's a guy at work, he lays clear on right on the, you don't want them in there either. There's a guy at work I talked to today. He lays down the first coat of clear really thick. I kind of go, I like to go, the guy from Paint Society that I subscribe to, he likes to kind of do like a real light first coat of clear. It'll be blotchy, mottled is what technical term they use for it. But what I'll do is I put a light coat of clear on it and I give it like 12 to 15 minutes. And then what I'll do, then when I have my second coat, now it's sticky. The first coat of clear is real sticky. So now what I do is I can load that second coat of clear on with the gun and I have less issue with having a run in the clear. So, and then I decide from there, if I want to put a third coat of clear. I don't do more than 3 coats of clear. I have talked with a couple people, and some people do more. Some people don't. Say that if you do more than 3 coats of clear, it starts to yellow or it starts to get cloudy, and that's the last thing you want. So I do like 2 to 3 coats of clear, and then once I spray it, then usually you want to wait 6 months, and then what I'll do is I'll come in there and I'll wet sand with like 1500 or 5000 grit sandpaper, and then I'll use a rubbing compound, polishing compound, put wax on it, and it usually looks like glass by that time. But any kind of a oven or any kind of lighter heat you can use will help it cure faster. But just remember, the more heat, you might have to change the speed reducer that you use in your paint and in your clear. So that's like a quick overview of painting a car, at least how I do it. So what the hell are you doing? You need to go to bed. You're getting nuts. Good Lord. All right, guys. I'm going to have to go in and check on them. What's that over there? I don't know. Just checking. My neighbors are weird. So anyway, that's a quick overview. Easiest to polish. What, easiest vehicle in my fleet or that I've done? You can rattle can. Yeah, spray paint and rattle can. If you get a good quality rattle can paint, you can do a professional type job. The stripes that are on my Camaro actually were done with a rattle can. What do you want to know about fiberglass? Is it Paula? It's just question mark. Rust stuff I wouldn't use. There's a lot of filler and dust in that. I like Rust-Oleum if I'm going to rattle can. Any kind of like big name brand is going to be your better paint. Excuse me. Thank you. So I would use like a Rust-Oleum, some kind of a good name brand. Excuse me. That usually works well. Thank you. Repeat the last hour. Maybe tomorrow. Repeat it.
Bless him. They're blessing you now.
How many cans would it take to rattle can a car? I usually figure for each panel 1 can.
Bless you. God bless you.
Thank you. I sneezed, so they're saying bless me. So thank you.
Bless you. You sneeze.
Roughly like 1 can per panel. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're looking at maybe, honestly, I would get a case of 12. That way you're more than, in case you have to redo a panel. I always like to have extra paint on hand. I use, when I'm painting, I use the a shop, what is it? A shop line from PPG. This is for the Dodge Ram. This is medium Patriot blue. That's what I use to paint. Is the they have different types, different lines, and then this is the primer I use for. It's a 2-part primer. It's actually an epoxy primer. It's a high build primer, so that way to fill in any imperfections and sanding marks you may miss, the primer can go in there and help smooth it out. So that way you get a nice smooth finish before you apply base coat to it. But yeah, I like the PPG system. Here, this is actually a medium reducer. This is what you would use on your base coat. And I believe this is a medium reducer. So this is good until about 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Once you go above 85 degrees Fahrenheit, you have to switch your reducer to a slow reducer. So, and then the clear, I don't know. I don't think I have any right here. I am going to be probably doing a video. I just got, yeah, I am going to be doing a video. I just got Evercoat makes it's a body filler. It's called Rage. It's supposed to be. It's quite a bit more expensive than the typical Bondo you get at like Walmart or AutoZone or anything like that. So, had a guy at work who paints cars and does body work on the side. He used to work at a body shop. He says, "Try this Evercoat Rage body filler." So I got a little bit of it. I just got it. So, whenever I get my Ram in the driveway, I'm doing body work and I'm going to be repainting some stuff on that. So there's probably going to be a bunch of lives on that. And I'm going to be trying this body filler out. I did that. I got, just for fun, I painted the truck with the PPG, and then I got the Duplicolor rattle can. Supposedly was the same color. And I'll tell you what, at first it looked good, but after about a week, you could see how the Duplicolor started to dull up already. And it's a thinner paint. Rattle can paint is thin, so it's real easy to peel off. It's real easy for it to get nicks. It's real easy to bubble. It's a softer paint because the way they have that paint engineered, it's made for fast drying, quick cover up, and it's really not made for durability. Where the PPG stuff, it's a little more labor intensive and there's mixing and other thing else involved. But you're going to have a more durable finish that's going to last. I'm hoping that too with this primer that I'm using as well. This one's a little different than what I was using. I'm hoping it takes care of the bubbling and some other things that I'm having an issue with. And that's what I'm going to be using on the on my Dodge Ram when I redo it. So that's just a quick overview, and plus the PPG is a lot more expensive. I mean, you could probably buy a case of rattle can paint for probably about $100. For me, for a gallon, let's say a gallon of blue paint that I need for my Ram is $400 for a gallon of paint. So there's quite a bit of price difference there. But again, the quality, is much better as well. So there's a lot of things to take into effect when buying materials for doing body work or painting or anything like that. I guess it's the old saying, you get what you pay for. So anyway, I wasn't even going to do that last segment. I feel like I've just been taken advantage of. But anyway, so that's a quick overview of paint. It'll make sense. It'll make sense when I start doing the Ram and doing lives and showing what I'm doing and why and how and all that stuff. It'll make sense. So anyway, I see a lot of you are going night, going to bed. That's fine. I should have probably went an hour ago, but it is what it is. So I'm just going to end my lives like I end my videos on my channel, like I end every live, is that, yeah, I'll be in soon, Sadie, all right? So, subscribe to Big E's Auto. It's a great waste of time. Hit the notification. I have not, I'm gonna put this out there because I'm gonna be honest with everybody. I'm terrible. Sometimes I'm really terrible at getting content out because I get, I got life going on. I got kids and other stuff, blah, blah, blah. So I don't sometimes have the time to put in or have time left over. So have a good night, Ashley. Have a good night, guys. So, um, when I have time, I will try to get something together. Sometimes it's not like this wasn't even going to happen. I was just going to fix my pipe and go to bed. So, but sure. Thanks. Is it? I gotta keep glad. I can't read the names. I'm sorry, guys. Please don't hold it against me. I gotta remember my glasses so I can read the fine print. Where the comment where the comments go. Um, so, um, yeah. But if I have time, I'm going to get some content out there. Try to do a better job. If not, I know Justin's going to kick my ass if I don't get material out there. So that's usually what I tell the wife. I got to do a live. If not, Justin's going to ask me what my problem is, you know. So I got that in my head living rent free. Thank you very much, Justin, for that. So anyway, I'm going to end it like I end all my videos. Watch out for each other. Take care of each other. See you next time right here on Big East. Good night, all.